Softs, mediums, hards, intermediates, wets. There are so many choices when it comes to Formula One compounds, and they are so important for the teams. Now, how long do they last? When do they come to life? Which is faster? There are so many questions, and by the end of this video, it will all make sense. So what compounds are available? Well, Pirelli have 5 different tyre compounds in total. Softs, which have a red band. Mediums have a yellow band. Hards have a white band, intermediates have a green band, and finally wets have a blue band. These bands make it easier for teams and spectators to know which tyres are which. Tyres work best when the ideal temperature is reached, which is between 100 and 110 degrees. Drivers will weave left to right to help speed up this process. Once the rubber is at the right temperature, it gives the car maximum grip on corners, allowing the driver to attack each corner as fast as possible. If the tyres get too hot, they shorten the lifespan of the tyres. We then start to see graining and blistering, which can cause the car to slide around, eventually forcing the driver into an early pit stop. Each team is allocated 13 tyres at every race weekend. Which tyres to use are decided by Pirelli, and these can change depending on track conditions and also the weather. Each compound comes in different gradings. You have C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5. The lower the number, the harder the rubber and the more resistance to heat. For example, soft C5 tyres will not last as long as soft C3 tyres, but they will offer faster speeds to the C3 tyres, as they reach optimum temperatures much faster. For example, the 2022 Brazil Grand Prix saw Pirelli choose C2 hard, C3 medium and C4 softs, along with 6 intermediate tyres and 3 wets. There are a total of 13 tyres for each team to use during the weekend. It's up to the teams how and when they use these tyres, so teams are forced to use strategy before the Friday practice even begins. Teams must use at least 2 compounds during a race. This is to stop drivers from avoiding pit stops, therefore making the race more entertaining, as drivers will come into the pits at least once during the race. Each tyre compound has its purpose. Let's look at the soft tyres first. Now, they are the fastest but also have the shortest lifespan. This tyre is usually used in qualifying so the driver can get their fastest times in. It's also sometimes used at the beginning or the end of the race just to try and overtake at critical moments during the race. Now, they don't last very long, so you'll see drivers on the softs usually pit first during a race. Medium compounds last longer than softs but are not as fast. This is a very commonly used tyre on race days as they offer good duration and speed for the drivers. They can take longer to come to life as it's not so easy to reach optimal temperatures for these tyres. But once temperature is reached, they do last much longer, giving the driver the ability to stay out longer before his next pit stop. Hard compounds are the slowest but last the longest. These are also commonly used on race days, but the teams sacrifice speed for duration. Avoiding unnecessary pit stops can give the driver much better total race time. They provide maximum resistance to heat, therefore lasting longer. It's not uncommon to see a driver last 75% of the race on a hard set of tyres. The next compounds to explore are intermediate and wets. These tyres may look more familiar as they come with grooves that help disperse water just like your everyday car does. But what's the difference between the two? Well, wet tyres are used when it's raining and intermediates are used when it's not raining but the track is wet. The main purpose of these tyres is to disperse water as quickly as possible, giving the driver grip and maximum speed. Intermediate tyres can disperse up to 30 litres of water a second, while the wet tyres can disperse up to 85 litres a second. These are the most exciting tyres for spectators as they leave fans on the edge of their seats at every corner, and the incredible water show is also something special. It's vital for the teams to have the right tyres on at the right time. For example, let's imagine there are 10 laps to go and a safety car is deployed. We often see teams rush into the pit lanes to put on a pair of soft tyres. This is so when the race is underway again, they'll have the fastest tyres, allowing them to overtake or defend against another driver who's also on the softs. They don't have to worry about the tyre duration as there are only 10 laps to go. An example of how a wrong call can be disastrous is when Ferrari didn't pit Leclerc during the safety car at Silverstone this year. He was leading much of the race, but it all changed when the safety car was deployed. He was surrounded by cars who were all pitted for the softs, while his agent hard tyres were just too slow. He ended up dropping from P1 to P4. That is how Formula 1 tyres work. If this has been helpful in any way, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.